Brought to you by DK Audio.
DK Audio presents Against the Odds, San Francisco Earthquake 1906 by Krista Supernant. Read by Dexter Galang. Mastering Morphology. What is morphology? Morphology is the study of the structure of words. Breaking new words down into smaller parts can help you to understand the word's meaning. As you read and hear more words with the same small parts, you will start to decode and understand these words more quickly. This builds fluency and comprehension, which helps us become lifelong readers. What are base and root words? Base words like play can stand alone. Root words like loc need a prefix or suffix and cannot stand alone. We can add prefixes and suffixes to base and root words to change their meaning. Can you replay that song? I am a soccer player. The family decided to relocate. What are prefixes and suffixes? Prefixes are word parts added to the beginning of words to change their meaning. Un plus happy becomes unhappy, which means not happy. Mid plus night becomes midnight, which means middle of the night. Suffixes are word parts added to the end of words. Suffixes can change a word's meaning in multiple ways. Joy plus full becomes joyful, which means full of joy. Rain plus ed becomes rained, which means the rain already happened. Dog plus s becomes dogs, which means more than one dog. Using word parts to understand new words. In this book, you will come across many words with common prefixes and verb suffixes. To decode a word like this, break the word into its prefix, base, and suffix. Determine the meaning of each of these word parts and put the meanings together. Inter plus rupt plus ed becomes interrupted. Sub plus ject plus ing becomes subjecting. Pre plus dict plus s becomes predicts. Vocabulary list. In this book, you will come across many words with common prefixes and verb suffixes. The prefixes and suffixes you will hear are pre, re, over, sub, inter, con, mid, trans, for, s, ing, n, ed. Here are some of the words you will hear in this book. Convene, a verb which means to come together as a group. Con plus vene. Forearm, a noun which means the part of a person's arm above the wrist and below the elbow. Fore plus arm. Interjects, a verb which means interrupts someone else who is speaking. Inter plus ject plus s. Lessen, a verb which means to reduce. Less plus n. Midway, an adverb which means in the middle of something. Mid plus way. Overlooks, a verb which means fails to notice or to have a view from above. Over plus look plus s. Prejudice, a noun which means an unfair judgment or opinion about a person or group of people. Pre plus judice. Reuniting, a verb which means coming together after a separation. Re plus unite plus ing. Spelling rule. When adding a suffix that begins with a vowel to a base or root word that ends in e, the e is dropped and replaced by the suffix. Submerged, a verb which means to be completely underwater. Sub plus merge plus ed. Spelling rule. When adding a suffix that begins with a vowel to a base or root word that ends in E, the E is dropped and replaced by the suffix. Translate. A verb which means to share the same words in one language to another language. Trans plus late. Chapter 1. Chen pushes the school doors open. It is mid-afternoon. The bright sun hits Chen's eyes. He tears up and raises his hand to his forehead to shade his eyes. He heads down the steps toward his group of friends. Now that school is over, they start speaking Chinese again. The group is busy telling jokes and complaining about the heat. "Where is your hair?" his friend Shi jokes. Chen ducks as Shi tries to tussle his remaining hair. "I cut it. Baba wants me to start working with him outside of Chinatown. I have to blend in more." Shi clucks his tongue at this remark. "I would never cut my hair for someone else." Chen is quiet and stands to the side. Shi has a point. He wishes he didn't have to change himself to be accepted. But prejudice against the Chinese community has been growing in San Francisco. Cutting his hair was the safer choice, but he still feels like part of him is missing. Chen wipes a bead of sweat from his forehead. April in San Francisco is usually chillier, but with higher temperatures and crowds of people, it is sweltering today. Chen puts 2 fingers in his collar and pulls it away from his neck, trying to get some air. His tunic flows around him, but he can still feel the sweat dripping down his back. He looks for his little sister, Jing. She skips down the school steps and slips her small hand into Chen's. Her long braids swing behind her. They always walk home together. He knows he is overprotective of her, but she is his responsibility when Mama and Baba are not around. Chen says goodbye to Shi as he and Jing walk the 3 blocks home from school. The familiar sounds of Chinatown welcome them home. Chen rubs his head. "Headache?" Jing asks. Chen nods. Translating between English and Chinese all day long is enough to make Chen's head hurt. They approach their father's apothecary shop and step aside for Mr. Yi. He is leaving with a small bottle of herbal medicine in his hands. "Your father works magic for sore muscles," Mr. Yi jokes with the 2. "He's the only reason these tired old bones can keep working." Chen smiles at his joke. He bows his head to Mr. Yi as he passes to show respect. Jing gives a giggle along with a curtsy, a new move she recently learned in school. As they walk inside, their father sits at his desk, straightening up bottles and papers. His short hair looks non-existent under the small, flat hat he is wearing. Chen touches the back of his own head, where, just last week, a long braid sat. Their father looks up at the shuffle of feet and smiles at Chen and Jing. "Baba!" Jing exclaims. He comes from behind the counter and embraces them both. "How was school?" he asks as he begins to make chrysanthemum tea, just as he does every afternoon. He says it works wonders for calming the body. Chen laughs and shrugs. "It's school." He stops when he sees his father's stern look at this casual response. Not all Chinese children get to go to school. He knows what his parents have gone through for him and Jing to attend. Father works hard for their family. Chen wants to return the favor and work hard in his studies to make Baba proud. His father turns his attention to Jing. "And you, Jing? How was your day?" "Baba, it was so much fun. In the middle of the day, a mouse ran through the classroom just like this." She begins to scurry from side to side, jumping until Baba playfully catches her around the waist. Her bouncy energy radiates through the room. "I see. What did your teacher do?" "Oh, she screamed, grabbed the broom, and started trying to smack it. But then Shu walked over, picked up the mouse by the tail, and dropped him outside of the window." "Very good. Now run along, dear. Chen, I have some work I'd like your help with." "Of course, Baba." Jing runs upstairs to their living quarters while Chen takes a seat next to Baba behind the counter.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?